At Southampton, completely different. I think that everyone had the confidence. Obviously, I had a couple of England players. So once everyone has that confidence, it brings up confidence in you know. So yeah, I think that in the change room is completely different. I think the banter is a bit different as well.
So do you feel like maybe that's because obviously growing up together a little bit more, there was just, they had more like gel in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those
literally.
people?
All of them, most of them had been together since.
Kaleel, this is this is a news round. Kaleel Green.
I was like, oh. So I was surprised. I was thinking, he's probably one of the better players in the team. Why has he been released? So if he's been released, there ain't no chance of them signing me in it. So that was my mindset at the time.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the best decision. At the time, I didn't really want to go all around England going on trial. So I was kind of just wanted to just go on trial, probably like 3 or 4 clubs and be done with the trialing.
How did you feel going in, and what was those years like at Coley?
The reason I decided to go Colchester was because if I'd gone to a Sheffield United or something, they'd probably send, if I was good enough, they'd probably send me to a lower league club like.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Penalty Spot podcast. Today I've got a really, really good friend of mine, someone I haven't seen too often in recent times, but we went to the same school. He's got plenty of stories, I'm sure, and honestly he's one of the funniest people I know. Today on the Penalty Spot podcast we have Kaleel Green. How are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me, bro.
No worries, bro. Just quickly, because I was on to Luca about it. Obviously, the last time out, he was late. I was stressing, I was sweating. Today, we got to give him plaudits. He was earlier than me. You were here before me, weren't you, bro?
Yeah, I was here before you. I came here and I had to go find a different place to park because I didn't want to get another ticket. So
Bit of standards. I'm going to give myself an X for that, or a buzzer. These buzzers, yeah.
what are they for?
Bro, they're just in the studio. I just took it, like, they just bang. Like, I actually,
okay.
So if you say something mad,
Oh, X.
I'm on to you still.
Alright, see.
Right, we always start with 10 quick fire questions just to get to know you.
Cool.
Age and current club.
I'm 20 and I play for a club called Saffron Walden.
What foot are you?
Right footed.
Football pet peeve.
Football pet peeve?
Yeah.
I don't know. Things that annoy me is when I was playing 21s and when the 18s come up and then just start giving mouth to the 21s. That's what annoys me.
Is it?
Yeah. They start
Say,
giving mouth to
on the cheeky one?
yeah.
Say more?
Yeah, happened a couple of times though, yeah.
We might have to get into that later. Best goal you ever scored?
Best goal? I don't even know. I don't really score flashy goals like that, you know. I think my most important goal probably, I could say my most important goal, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. Most important goal, I'd say, against Chelsea was like under 15s. Like Floodlit Cup semi-final, we're 3-0 down.
Love.
And then I scored, then we scored another goal to equalise and we beat them on penalties to go through to the final. This was COVID time, so then, and the final ended up getting called off anyway. So.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
So you're fuming, but...
Yeah, but it was a good experience.
Dream holiday destination?
Dream holiday. Where does the missus want to go? Actually, I don't even know.
You just come back.
Yeah, exactly. I just come back from Morocco, but I haven't really thought about it. Missus probably wants to go. I don't know. I'll probably say Hawaii. Just go generic, say Hawaii or something.
That's a top destination.
Yeah,
to be
it's
fair.
nice, isn't it?
I haven't changed from the goalkeeper ones. Sorry, hat trick in a 3-2 win or a winner in a penalty shootout.
Hat trick, always.
Who do you support?
Liverpool.
Yeah, don't forget those ones. Messi or Ronaldo?
I prefer Messi, but I still think nah. I'm just gonna say Messi.
First person to say Messi.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nah,
Everyone's been a
Messi.
United fan though.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Favorite football phrase?
Find me. That's the one I say the most.
Is it?
Yeah, because I don't like the ball, like, you know how non-league is. I like coming to feet like a Harry Kane kind of thing.
Night in or night out?
Night in. I don't really go out.
What's the takeaway order?
Takeaway are Chinese.
Chinese.
Easy, yeah.
I like that. Right, that was probably the quickest round of quickfire questions.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely 100%. Just talk to me about your early life, that love of football. I always ask people, like, who's that first player that made you fall in love with football? What made you fall in love with football? And where did your journey start?
I spoke to my dad about this not too long ago, actually. I started playing football because my brother started playing football. So I was probably about 5. My brother 23, so he was like 7. My brother went to a club called AFC Wembley. And then, I don't know, apparently I must have just loved playing football when I was little, innit? So my dad took me there and since then I just never stopped playing.
Yeah.
I think I've got a baby picture of me putting on my dad's football boots and me kicking the ball around, but maybe it stemmed from them, I don't know. But my first memory of football was going to AFC Wembley when I was probably about 5 or 6.
So it started really early for you.
Yeah.
And was that just obviously being in a football family, your dad loved football, your brother loved football. Is that where it sort of stemmed from and you just carried it on from there?
Yeah, I think so. I'll be real. Yeah, literally just playing football all the time, going outside, play football. Yeah. Everything about my childhood was football. Just football, yeah.
Why Liverpool, by the way?
Because of my dad. And you know John Barnes. My dad's Jamaican and John Barnes was at Liverpool, that's why. So when he come to England, something like that. That's what he told me. So I think it just stems from them. It's not really gonna change, am I?
So obviously, like you said, it's early doors. You've always loved football. Your first memory is AFC Wimbledon. Just talk to me about that.
Wembley. It was in Wembley.
Sorry, AFC Wembley. Sorry, AFC Wembley. Just talk to me about that grassroots sort of experience and what that was like, growing up and playing football.
For me, grassroots was alright, I've always been a striker, so I've always been scoring goals, just shooting. That's literally my main thing, just shooting. So, I always wanted to be in academy when I was little. Everyone around me was getting into academies. A guy called Rio, who plays for Spurs now. Loads of players, I can name a million of them. Loads of players were going to academies, and I wasn't. I was probably wondering why. I think the main thing for me was, and still is, probably my weight. That's the main thing. It's all my fitness. My fitness always gets me down. So, probably from I started under 7s. To like under 12s, my fitness was a problem. So technically I was fine. Fitness, not so much. And then my dad spoke to me and he said that's probably the main problem. So instead of getting me running on tracks and stuff, he just got me running on pitch. So he said to me, whenever you get a chance to press, just press. And it's probably like under 12. So this is when I moved to West Drayton. I joined a club called West Drayton Explorers with a couple of my mates. And then after that, under 12s, just started running around. And then naturally my body fat just started to fall off, started to feel lighter, and then everything was a lot quicker, obviously, if you're fitter. So then that happened, and then after all of that, after probably under 12s, I got a trial at QPR. My first trial at QPR. It was like my first academy experience. It was crazy. Didn't know what was going on. Started talking about tactics and everything. I didn't have a clue. All I knew was turn up, play football, that's it. So it was a completely different experience. And I went there probably about 6 weeks. Didn't end up getting a contract. Went back to Explorers. Kept grafting, and then for a couple of years, what year was it? Under 14s, I got scouted at a tournament. You know the Sunday tournaments? Yeah. I got scouted at a tournament for Southampton, and I went on like a development centre thing, Westway. You know what Westway is? Yeah. Went to Westway for a development centre. I went there for about 2 weeks, and then I ended up getting picked to go for like the academy went to Norwich for some getaway thing, for like some training camp. So I went with them there, and then I earned a 6-week trial. Got the 6-week trial at Southampton, done the 6 weeks. They couldn't decide whether they wanted to give me a contract after the 6. So they extended it by 2. And then thankfully they gave me the contract when I was probably under 15s, start of under 15. So yeah, difficult experience. Obviously been in trials, get rejected, but it's been good. Yeah, that's my whole youth experience.
Obviously, like when we were back at school, from what I remember, you were always the best player.
Yeah.
That was always sort of thing, I want to be on Kaleel's team, Yeah. When obviously you were going into QPR, when you, 10, 11?
Probably at 12.
12?
Yeah.
So when you go into QPR, and obviously everyone's probably at a similar level, if not better, how was that experience? Because you talked about it sort of being like, just turn up and play football.
Yeah.
How different was it from Explorers?
Completely, I can't even say that I went there and matched anyone, because everyone was better than me. Obviously they train every week, 3 times a week probably. I was coming from training once a week. So all the skill that I had was developed in my garden and in grassroots. All their skill they had is obviously training with professional coaches and whatnot. So yeah, they're a lot better than me. But the difference is mainly is the speed of the game. It's completely different. So and like you said, details as well. Details, everything about the details. So even just analysing matches before games, literally 10 minutes before the game, doing analysis. Everything. It's just the whole thing is completely different. It's completely different. I can't really explain it, to be honest.
When you obviously didn't get a contract at QPR and you went back to Explorers, did you feel disappointed? Did you feel like it was just a step in a journey? How did you react to it?
At first, I was upset. Obviously, the day that they told me, because my dad was working at that time as well, so he probably had an insight of what they were going to give me in terms of my decision. But yeah, when I got in the car, I was upset. And then I went back to Explorers and just got on with it. Really just tried to, everything I learned over the 6 weeks, over the 6-8 weeks I tried to implement it into my game at Explorers. So try teaching some of my players the same kind of things that I learned. Because obviously if you're there for 6 weeks, training 2-3 times a week, you're going to pick up some stuff. So then I think that really elevated my game as well, to be fair. Just going on trial, even getting rejected, still improved as a player. So
which helped, because obviously 2 years later you go on to go to Southampton.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's a lot travelling from Australia into Norwich to Southampton. During that period, how difficult did you find the travelling, the adjustment?
yeah.
Obviously, it's not too big of a difference in terms of culture because it's still in the
Yeah.
south. But how did you find that?
It wasn't that difficult. So when I went to Southampton, it was under 15, so I was in secondary school. I just got to leave school early. My dad dropped us to a train station, you know, near Brentford Stadium.
Yeah.
Dropped us near there, and then all the boys that are from London just got on like a minibus. They took us there, straight there. It was actually quite nice.
It's pretty
actually.
easy.
Yeah, pretty easy. No struggles at all.
How different was it from QPR?
I'd say it was better than QPR, but obviously there's difference in age as well, because I was at QPR 12, at Southampton 14, 15. So, but I think I went to Southampton more prepared, and obviously being rejected by QPR already, I wasn't ready to get rejected by Southampton, so I was willing to put the work in, make sure that I get that contract. So worked a lot harder, really focused on a lot of things in terms of details and stuff, trying to make sure that I'm impressing in training sessions and matches, trying to score goals as well.
I like that, to be fair, because that's something a lot of people sort of struggle with, is like that first rejection, they struggle to bounce back. But in your case, you took what you learned in those 6 weeks, tried to implement it. And then when the opportunity came, you were ready to take it. And like you said, because you had that feeling of rejection, you didn't want to feel that again.
Yeah.
So you were well prepared. So I really like that. And I think that's something young footballers can look at. Obviously, I always try and talk about sort of what you can improve on. Sometimes rejection isn't all. Isn't the end of the story. It's that first step.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, you go to QPR and it's just turn up, play football. You go to Southampton, you're more prepared, you know what you're going into. Did you feel like, okay, this is a massive opportunity for me to do something that I love. I want to be a footballer. This is how I'm going to do it. I need to be here. Did you have that feeling?
Yeah, no, of course. Obviously, when you're surrounded by a lot of players, you know, there's quite a few players that have gone on to do good things from when I went on trial at Southampton. So a guy called Kamari Doyle, he's at Brighton. A kid called Max Alani got bought by City. Loads of them. Don Ballard, loads of them.
Good player, that.
Yeah, really good player. Really good player. Yeah, obviously, being amongst and around these players, obviously it drives you. It makes you want to work hard and whatnot, try and match them. So, yeah.
So you're at Southampton. Just talk to me about your experience there and moving forward.
Oh, I love Southampton. I wish I had stayed at that club. It was difficult. The striker that they had was a guy called Tommy Lee Higgs. I don't think he's not at Southampton anymore, but he was a striker. Like, he could score. His goal scoring ability was brazy. He was good.
Yeah.
I can't lie, he was good. So they had him and they had me. So they signed me. I think they signed me because I was energetic. So like I said, when my dad told me to press, that's where I developed. So I think my main attribute at that time was pressing. And that's what Southampton liked. They love the press. So their press is cold. So when they press as a team. So that was kind of what I was doing while I was on trial.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of thing that like push for them to sign me. So I was pressing a lot. That's kind of what got me signed. Sorry, wait, remind me of the question. I'm chatting. I don't even know what the question is anymore.
No, I was just saying, what was it like at Southampton in terms of, like, obviously you've gone from being exposed to QPR and then obviously your time at Southampton. What was that like?
Yeah, Southampton was good. Obviously, you had to travel and stuff, but that wasn't really a problem for me. It's just like, yeah, it was good. It was good. Cat 1 Academy, facilities were really good. Players were really good. Coaches were really good. Everything, I loved everything about it, to be honest. It was good. But the worst experience for me was obviously the day you get released. That wasn't great for me. Obviously, at that point, I can't lie. I thought of quitting for a minute, probably for like a day or 2 days. I was down in my field, but obviously I had to get the head up and get training again. Obviously, Southampton, COVID hit like bad. That's when lockdown started. So then must have been like 2020 or something. Lockdown started 2020. So had a big pause in showing up to the training ground and whatnot. So I had to do a lot of stuff online, innit? Some sessions on Zoom and stuff. So obviously it's a lot different. And then coming back into it, getting match fit and stuff, it was difficult, obviously. Then when you come back, it's under 16 season now.
Big season.
And it's big, exactly, fighting for scholarships and whatnot. So you have to come back ready. And obviously I didn't really make the cut. So yeah, other than that, very good experience, I'd say.
So when you were there, did you feel like the step up was massive? Did you feel like you were accustomed to it? How did that sort of, because I spoke to Luca about it and he was like, yeah, going to Fulham, it was like such a change in terms of the way they prepared for games, the sort of information you got. And Tristan was the same when he went to Wimbledon to Villa. He was like, it was just completely different sort of.
Yeah.
Was that the same for you?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, even for me, it was still a massive step. Even I was playing grassroots. 8 weeks later, I'm playing Cat 1 Academy against Man City, Liverpool and whatnot. So it's a completely different step. But the more you play, obviously, the more you get used to the speed and everything. So,
Give me some inside stories. What was the dressing room like at Southampton?
the dressing room was different. It's not like London dressing rooms, you know. It's different. It was different to the one at QPR. So the one at QPR, I think at that time they weren't great as a team. I think now they're really good. By the time probably under 12s, they lacked belief in themselves. What I mean by that is like, I remember one time we went to play against Reading while I was on trial, and then before we even got there, everyone said, "Oh, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose."
Really?
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna lose."
Wow.
And I was like, "Really? Is that what you guys think? Like, is that what you guys think?" So I went there thinking, "Oh, all right, cool. This
We're
opportunity."
gonna get popped.
No, I didn't even think that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. I was like, oh, so these guys are all negative. I tried to be positive about it. We didn't get popped. We drew, what, 0-0 or 1-1 or something like that. But yeah, that was what it was like at QPR. Arsenal, sorry. At Southampton, completely different. I think that everyone had the confidence. Obviously, I had a couple of England players. So once everyone has that confidence, it brings that confidence in you, you know. So yeah, I think that in the change room is completely different. I think the banter is a bit different as well. The banter at Southampton is a bit different. They didn't really have banter at QPR like that. Or maybe with me that I didn't understand it when I was younger, innit?
Yeah.
But the banter at Southampton was a lot different. They used to make fun of each other a lot more. Obviously, being around black players, obviously in London, and that stuff they say probably wouldn't got on. But the stuff at Southampton was quite funny to me. Yeah. Quite funny.
Yeah. So do you feel like maybe that's because obviously growing up together a little bit more, there was they had more like gel in terms of
literally,
people?
all of them, most of them had been together since probably like under 8s or under 9s, and then probably like 1 or 2 that's joined late. So I think they probably had that friendship from before, innit? So
what's that like? Obviously, you mentioned playing with England players. When obviously you have lads that at that caliber, do you almost maybe feel intimidated? Do you feel like I want to match them and prove that I can be in that?
I'll be real. The first time I saw the two England players at the time were Cammy Doyle and Max Alleyne. When I remember, I went to Norwich. I went to up in Norwich with Southampton to play against Norwich. And then these two came late because they come from an England camp. I was on trial with my boy Foppe and my boy Matty MacArthur. And we seen them come in and I can't lie, I was shook. I was shook at them. I was like, raw, because these man came late because they were at England. You know? So I'm going from playing grassroots footballers to seeing England, man. I was like, raw, these man are the top of the top. And they walked in with like
what,
swag.
the kits on?
No, they walked in with the Southampton kit on, but they walked in with like, like they walked in and everyone was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, raw, these, and then when I saw them play, I was like, raw. These man
just a different level even then.
Yeah, these man were crazy, yeah. You know, good still.
You mentioned it earlier, obviously getting released. I spoke to Luke and he said that feeling of after lockdown, because he was the same season as you, after lockdown, feeling like he didn't do enough. Obviously, it gets to the day now. Did you have a sort of feeling with the way the coaches were interacting with you, how lads maybe were interacting with you? Was there a shift prior to, obviously, the day of release?
No, I can't. To be honest, I didn't actually expect to get released. So it was kind of like 50-50. So we had me and the other striker. The way that I on the way to, so when we got released, when they gave us our decision, we had to go to the stadium. So on the stadium, on the way there, my dad and my mum's in the car. So I'm kind of like shitting it a little bit. So I'm a bit scared. And then a lot of the boys on Snapchat and stuff are posting, oh, happy to have got my scholar at Southampton. I was like, oh, okay. So guys, again, already.
Oh, no, right. that era of Snap was too funny. No, I'm sorry, but that era of Snap was too funny. Like, because everyone was posting it. Everyone was posting it.
So I just seen bare guys posting it. So like, oh, midfielder posted it, fullback posted it, blah, blah, blah. So it's got nothing to do with me. It's like, oh, congratulations to them, innit? And then probably about 10 minutes, 20 minutes away from the stadium, I see the striker post, oh, happy to get scholarship. I was scratching my head like, oh, I don't know now.
Yeah.
So then at that point, I was like, I don't think they're going to sign 2 strikers. They had another striker that was a year ahead of us, who they'd just given a scholarship like the year before. So I don't think they're going to have 3 strikers in the 18s, because obviously you have first year scholar, second year scholar. So my mindset then was probably going to get released, but hope for the best anyways. So he got a scholarship. I went to the stadium. They were literally straight to the point.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we're not going to offer you a new contract, blah, blah, blah.
So you come in, you sit down, obviously pleasantries, and then just straight to
straight to the point, yeah. Straight to the
point. Did they give any reasoning? What was their reason?
I actually can't remember their reasoning. I don't think their reason. A lot of when players get released, a lot of the reasons they get is a bit rubbish, innit? But I think the points they gave me were valid. It's kind of like they have strikers, they got to pick the one that's scoring more goals and blah blah blah. So they ended up picking the other striker, which was reasonable, to be fair. He does score goals. Like I said, he was a really good striker. So that was unfortunate for me. They gave me a lot of options for clubs, but obviously being 15, 16, I was then at the time. So they gave me clubs like Birmingham to go on trial, because I think, I don't know other clubs, but at Southampton, when you get released, they look for clubs for you. Instead, if you don't have an agent or something, so they look for clubs for you, clubs that are interested. But I didn't end up taking any of them on.
Why not?
They're quite far, Sheffield, stuff like that. It was quite far, obviously, being at that time. But I think about next season would have been scholar season, so wouldn't.
You do well, you might get a move or something like that.
Yeah, so.
But obviously, you're not thinking like that in the moment. Do you feel like, because Luke says he regrets not sort of, he always thought in every session, I've got another day. Did you ever feel like that, or did you go and attack every day as much as you could and you just felt like on the day when they said, this is it? Did you have any regrets?
At the time, I can't say that I did, no. I don't. But my time at Arsenal, I can say I had regrets. But at Southampton, I was working really hard. It just didn't fall for me. So
obviously you get released. What's the next stage? Obviously you mentioned Arsenal, but how did that sort of opportunity fall into your lap?
Arsenal. Okay, so I was meant to go back on trial with QPR. Like I said, my dad was working at QPR, so I had that kind of advantage. So he knew all the coaches and whatnot, and he knew that he could probably get me in for trial. So how that day went for me was, I think it was probably like 2 days after I got released from Southampton. So my dad called me into his room saying that, yeah, you can go into QPR for a trial, obviously to try and earn your scholarship. I was like, all right, cool, I'll go in for a trial. I didn't want to go at first because I got released the first time. I didn't really want to go back. So I went to my dad's room. I was like, all right, cool. And I went back to my room. I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to go and trial for QPR. And then he called me back in and he said that Arsenal were interested in me. It's a long story, this one now, because back in the days, probably when I was about under 14s or under 13s, apparently Arsenal scouted me to come in for a trial. I didn't know this until like probably a couple of weeks ago. My dad showed me the emails and stuff. So the way I thought it went was that I played against Arsenal while I was at Southampton. I scored against them. I played really well. So I thought it was a case of Arsenal found out that I got released by Southampton. And then they wanted to bring me in because they found out I got released and they were looking for a striker. But apparently that wasn't the case. Apparently the case was that I got scouted when I was younger. My dad decided not to bring me in because he didn't really like the way they... Actually, no, I got scouted like the same time I got scouted by Southampton. But my dad didn't really like the way that Arsenal were really being cocky about it. In terms of, yeah, get him in or just go away or something like that.
Really?
Something like that, yeah. I was something like that. I don't know exactly how it is, but if you speak to my dad about it, he'll be able to tell you.
Yeah.
So my dad decided to favour Southampton over Arsenal, and he didn't tell me about it until recently. I thought it was the agent. So the agent came to me and he said that, yeah, Arsenal are looking for a striker and they're quite interested in you, so we're going to bring you on trial. And then that was it. So my dad said, you can either go Arsenal or QPR. My dad recommended that I go QPR because obviously big club like Arsenal, they're going to stack players.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is you could have the badge on your chest and whatnot, but like in terms of getting minutes and stuff, it's going to be difficult, which was for me. But my argument was that obviously if I'm going to be playing with a really, really good players, obviously it's going to improve my game. Like it did at Southampton, playing with internationals and whatnot. So he said, that makes sense. So he decided, all right, cool, we'll give Arsenal a try. So yeah, that's how that day went. In terms of the trial, went on trial, this was obviously COVID times, obviously we're coming back into the training grounds now. So we have to fill out the COVID forms and stuff before every training session. And it was difficult for my parents to take me from obviously West Drayton all the way to Hayland. It's quite a trek after school and whatnot. So the agent himself took me there and back quite a few times as well. So, and he was giving me insight of what they were thinking in terms of offering me a contract. So when it came to the day that they gave me the contract, I probably already knew probably like a week or two before that they were going to give me a contract. Based on what they were saying to him, he was saying, oh, probably like 99% chance they're going to give you a contract. So that kind of ruined the experience a little bit, the excitement of getting a contract, but still it was
Did
really
it take
good.
the pressure off though as well? Because
It did,
you're
yeah,
going
definitely,
into sessions and not relaxing the wrong way, but you can relax in the sense of, I'm just going to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, you're 100%. Definitely. So yeah, the insight I was getting was all good feedback and stuff. So I was like, oh, it's really working out. I want to say the one thing, do you know Will Lancashire for Spurs, striker?
Yeah.
At the time, he was at Arsenal while I was on trial. And basically, while I was on trial at Arsenal, I thought, oh, I'm not going to sign. And for the reason is because we're doing a finishing session. And then, obviously, it was Will's turn to shoot. And I've seen him finish, and I was like, rah. Like, I'm seeing a lot of, at Southampton, at Arsenal, seeing strikers that can shoot. I can shoot I can shoot when these guys are finishers. Like, these men, it's clean, everything's tidy, right? So I was like, rah. And this guy's movement was good. Everything about him was good. So I was like to him after the session, I was like, oh, did you get offered a pro? Because a couple of players got offered a pro. The likes of Marnie Richards got offered a pro early when he came from Chelsea. So I was like, oh, did you get offered a pro? He's like, no, I got released. I was like, what?
Will Lancashire got released from Arsenal.
Yeah, I was like,
Kaleel, this is this is a news round. Kaleel Green released. Will Lancashire got released because of Kaleel Green.
No, that's not even the case. That's not even the case. That's not even the case. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that.
I'll joke.
No, it's not even that. It's not. So he got released before I even came on trial. He got released before I came on trial. I was like, oh. So I was surprised. I was thinking he's probably one of the better players in the team. Why has he been released? So if he's been released, there ain't no chance of them signing me in it. So that was my mindset at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, where you going? He's like, oh, Sheffield. So he went to Sheffield and he busted up, bro. He was doing brazy there and then he got bought by Spurs. But yeah, so I was like, raw, this kid is good. So if they're not signing him, like what do I have to do? Yeah, exactly. What am I gonna do to sign? But obviously the agent was giving me feedback and that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So they ended up giving me the scholar. Obviously happy about the scholar. Yeah, that was literally it for Arsenal. Under 16s joined probably a few months before the end of the season, and then till pre-season start Coney.
So obviously you spoke about that experience between the day of release at Southampton and then obviously you go to Arsenal. There's a choice between QPR. Just before we move on, did you feel like almost, was your head torn? Did you want to go back? Obviously you talked about they rejected me before, but I didn't really want to go back in. Would you have gone to QPR? Were you happy with your decision at the time?
Yeah, at the time I was chuffed with my decision. It was a surprise to me that Arsenal came in after being released by Southampton. It's kind of like a jump. So if you think about it, in when you look at men's football, you jump from Southampton to Arsenal. It's kind of like a bigger step, a step up really. At the time, I think Southampton might have been better than Arsenal. I'm not sure. In my opinion, Southampton, when I was playing for Southampton, I thought they were better than Arsenal. But
your age group?
My age group, yeah, because we had a lot of good players. Obviously, Arsenal had really good players. Bradley Ibrahim, Jimmy Gow, they had really good players. But I thought at the time, the likes of Cammy Doyle, Max Elaine, Don Ballard, good squad. So I was like, yeah, it was a good step. Obviously, having the name Arsenal, obviously it's going to appeal to any young kid as well. Yeah. So yeah, I thought at the time I was chuffed with my decision. Obviously, when I think back at it now, maybe it might not have been the right decision for my career, but obviously as a young player, you
still have that experience.
Exactly, you still have that experience, and you want to play for the biggest club that you can. So
obviously you have the disappointment of getting released by Southampton, and then it's an instant sort of jump to go to Arsenal. You trial, you do well. Will Lancashire, you get him released. Jokes, but yeah, you go there, you see all these like lovely players, really, really good players, and then obviously you get signed. You sign the scholar. Talk to me about those 2 years. What was that like? Obviously, what was that jump like from Southampton to Arsenal?
I can't like, the jump wasn't that big of a jump. I'll be real. Obviously, the players are on probably pretty much the same level. Obviously, they get better as you get older. You're playing with 18s. My time at Arsenal though, it wasn't great. It wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time, I can say. Obviously, you get the experience to train with the first team and stuff. Being around the first team, seeing them all the time, that was a good experience. Obviously, the facilities, but in terms of playing, difficult time for me. I didn't really get too many minutes, and understandably, like I said, my problem with me has always been my fitness. So being fit at under 15s and being fit under 18s is a completely different thing. So you got players that are really, really fit. They can press for ages and do their job essentially as a striker. So, and obviously the competition. At the time, my competition, Ethan Ranieri was playing as a striker.
How old, by the way?
Probably about 15. Yeah, he was playing as a striker. My first year scholar, actually, no, he wasn't my first year scholar. I was second year scholar. First year scholar was Keon Edwards. He was playing striker, but he was a second year scholar at the time. So at the time, what I thought what happened was the second years always get favour over the first years because they're into their pro decisions now.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought the case was. So first year, I was like, all right, cool. I'll play 17s cups and whatnot. So I was getting minutes of 17s cups, no problem. But when it comes to playing in the league, on the Premier under 18s Premier League, I wasn't making the squad at all. Literally just everyone's in the squad.
What are you doing at home?
No. You had to come in and train. Like I said, I wasn't in the squad, so a lot of the time when you went in the squad, if the first team needed players, quite a few times I went over with the first team, a couple of times. So I can't really say I went over with the first team because I'm doing so good in terms of in training and stuff. But obviously still training with the first team, no matter the circumstances, it's still a good experience. So yeah, it was good. It was good in terms of that.
So obviously you're at Arsenal, there's a lot of competition for places. You just mentioned a few names, Kyan Edwards, Ethan Aweri. When you go in there, obviously you knew how big a challenge that would be.
Yeah. Talk
to me about obviously facing reality now and how difficult that was to deal with on a personal level.
Yeah, it was difficult. My mentality dropped a lot. I think that's probably when even being in the best physical condition that you can be, a lot of it is down to your mentality, making decisions on the pitch and off the pitch. So I think my mentality dropped quite a bit. I put a little bit of weight on, and obviously that's going to set me back even more. Additionally, not playing as well. So I didn't have the match fitness. So obviously I was putting myself out of favour by not working harder. That's probably one of the things that I regret. So I probably thought I could have done more. Obviously with the facilities that they had, the coaches they had at the time, my first year school, I had a guy called Dan Machichi. Very good coach. I think it was a good coach. A very good coach. Tactically very good. Second year, Jack Walsh. And I think I probably could have utilised him a bit more. Obviously Jack played. Obviously Jack Walsh
At the highest
played.
level possible.
Exactly, the highest level possible, even at a young age. So I could have asked him for a lot more advice. I could have spoken to the coaches as to why I wasn't playing as much. Because I was all in my head really thinking, oh, I'm not playing because they didn't like me, or I'm not playing because of this and that. But I never really attacked the problem itself. So
did they never like sort of pull you to the side and listen, Kaleel, you need to work on your fitness while you're away? Really?
Nah.
They didn't support you like that?
No, it wasn't even a case that they didn't support me. It's just I kind of thought I should have just done it myself instead of trying to wait for them to kind of reproach, because they've got loads of players to look out for as well. Obviously, when you're under 18s, it's kind of more like the professional stage of your career. It's not like they can baby you anymore. Obviously, under 16s, everyone's got to get minutes and whatnot. Now, when you get to 18s, it's a completely different game. Now you're at Colney with the first team players, and the first team's training over the hedge just over there. So it's there was a lot of competition, but I didn't really wrap my head around that bit. So one of my regrets probably should have just spoken to the coaches and asked, what is it I can do that put me in favour? Obviously, it was very difficult, like I said, the competition, but even give myself that little boost rather than knocking myself down. Exactly, yeah.
I think that's at all level and any levels of football. I've done it myself. This season, I really struggled in terms of minutes, and I didn't really have the courage not really the courage, but I'm a lot like you in the sense of I'm thinking it's all in my head. Maybe I'm not playing because he doesn't like me, or maybe I need to look at myself and work harder rather than just asking. Because there's nothing wrong with asking and being like, why am I not playing? What can I do to play? I think that's an important lesson, and it's good that you say that. There's nothing wrong with a conversation with your coaches, and any good coaches will be willing to have a conversation with you about that. What was the environment like? Obviously, you talked about the competition, but you sort of mentioned it in your quick fire questions, obviously, when the 18s were training the 21s and stuff. Was there a little bit of, because Tristan talks about Villa, was there a little bit of like the competitiveness almost bowls over a little bit? What was that like?
Obviously, as 18s, that pet peeve didn't come to life until I was at Colchester. So as an 18s, I was all younger. If I trained with the 21s, it was because I wasn't in the squad for the 18s. Yeah. So what happened with me when I trained with the 21s, the first time I trained with the 21s, the level was completely different, and it wasn't something I was expecting. So a couple of players got quite frustrated with me, and that kind of frustrated myself. I remember something that changed for me. So after I trained with the 21s, all the other times, I kind of like stepped up a little bit, because obviously I didn't want to get told off again. So you know, a player called Brooke Norton Coffey. Yeah,
decent, half decent. He's half decent.
He's good. So he was one of the harder working players. Him, Amari Hutchinson. The 21 squad was good. Amari Hutchinson, Brooke, Kido, very good squad. So when I went over to there, obviously Brooke, after the session, he said, "Don't come train with the 21s if you're not going to work hard." Because I was tired. I was the level was different, and obviously I'm unfit.
Is that just their speed of their play? Everything.
The speed of their play, everything, and obviously I'm not match fit. Like I said, my problem's always been my fitness, not the technical side, but the fitness. So I went there, speed was different, and I think it was probably one of the high speed running days. So obviously I think on a match there's high speed running, so it's probably more intense. So I was a bit tired, and obviously when you're tired, your legs are heavy. Exactly. So you mess things up. So Brooke went to me after the session, like with vim. He was like, "Don't come to the 21s if you're not going to work hard." And that hit me. I was like, raw.
Did that make you step up?
That made me. At first, it made me like raw. It's just, but I think after that woke me up a little bit more. I can't say that I worked as hard as I could have, but it woke me up a bit more. So
just before we move on to Colchester and obviously non-league, I still want to hammer this Arsenal period of your life. You're there, you're at the highest level possible. There's, like you said, there's internationals littered all over the training ground, from 21's first team, 18 squad. When you're going into training and stuff, just talk to me about some of the players that you're seeing. Like, what is that environment like, in the sense of, like, from a playing perspective and the coaching perspective, what is the level like? Because I think people need to be in on that.
Yeah, no, the level was crazy good. Even like the likes of Ethan and Miles, I want to speak about them actually, because when they came to the 18s,
joke.
Brazy. But they're 15 years old. I was thinking, these men are not 15.
Yeah.
These guys are not 15 years old. So, yeah, there was a lot of good players. So, obviously, when you're a first-year scholar, you're with, obviously, the first years and the second years. The second years were good. Amari Hutchinson he wasn't with the 18s. He was with the 21s, but he was 18s player at the time. There was probably like 1 or 2 players from the 18s, first-year scholars that went up to the 21s. A guy called Roy Walters. He plays for Luton now, first team. He went up straight with the 21s, so I don't think he'd even done 18s. He done Youth Cup.
A man got signed and then went straight to 21.
Raw, yeah. No, yeah.
Wait, so I've signed a contract straight to 21.
Yeah, he played probably about 18s, probably about 2-3 games at the beginning of the season. Then he got pushed to the 21s and just stayed there. He's just. I think he's just naturally good because if I tell you his story is brazy as well. So he went to United, I think under 16s or something, under 15s. He told me that he went to United and then he signed, but something happened with the contract or with the players. Apparently, they're allowed to sign a certain amount of players at United, so it ended up falling through. And somewhere in that time, he probably took about a year out of football. Came back, went straight to Arsenal, signed.
That's brazy.
That's brazy. And
That's
then
nuts.
Yeah, and he does another funny story about him. He used to, I don't know if he still does it now. I think he streams now or Fortnite and stuff. But under 16s, he was telling us that he made peas from making maps on Fortnite.
So he's just a guy that's just good at football.
Yeah,
like he's just good at football. That's it.
I think what he just does is the simple things.
Yeah,
I think he just does the simple things really well. He's athletic. He can run. He's good in the air. He's tall. So that kind of pushed him. And then he's a good leader as well. He's a good player.
Just talk to me about Jack, because I want to know about Jack Walsh. Obviously, he's a coach that there's been a lot of insight in. With obviously there was a little series on the Arsenal YouTube channel and that. What is he like as a coach?
Jack was a good coach. He was new to coaching. You could tell he was new to coaching when he first started. What I looked at really was like when we were doing analysis meetings and whatnot. So he came in my first year scholar. He came for like 17s games to help out, just to be like an extra man with the coach. And I think he was probably starting to do his UEFA B now. I think this was when he went to a different country to play football, just kind of towards the end of his career. So then he came to us, and then you could just tell that in his voice, he wasn't like a natural coach. Because you know when coaches, they speak,
they're quite dominant. Yeah, they're like loud.
Yeah, they're loud. You can hear it in their voice. So Jack was a bit more reserved and more quiet when he spoke to us, and kind of like repeating what the other coaches said. So that's the way I looked at it. But then the second year, that's when he officially became a manager, because our 18th manager went over to Crawley to be first team manager. So we got Jack Wilshere in. So at start, he was like a little bit quivery, a little bit quiet. And then as he got more used to it, obviously he just became a good coach. He was just a good coach. And then when he joined in the sessions,
what a joke.
Yeah, he was a joke. He was a joke. It's Jack Wilshere, innit? When he joined in the sessions, bro. Yeah, he joined in the session. We had another coach called Adam Birchall. He played a lot of his career League One, League Two. He was a striker as well. So I looked up to him a lot. I used to speak to him a lot. He was good as well. We had another coach called Julian Gray. He used to play for Arsenal as well. He was a good coach. I think that's the person that I used to speak to the most, because he used to give me the most advice. I think he looked out for me the most, Julian. He was good. He used to give me advice on stuff like, with me when I shoot, it's just like stuff like shooting as well. So when I shoot, I just hit the ball with power. So my problem at Arsenal, I was hitting the ball, just smacking it. So obviously, if I score, it's a good goal.
If you miss,
but because if I miss, it's an awful. It's just flying over. So he said to me, because naturally I've got a powerful shot. He said to me, if I just pass the ball in with less power, you probably have enough power to beat the keeper. You probably have the same amount of power when you pass the ball as someone that's striking the ball. So I took that advice. I think that I use that a lot now as well. It just really helped with my finishing as well. But yeah, I had those 3 coaches, really good. Jack, like I said, Jack was crazy. Yeah, as a coach, even you can see in the documentary as well, he developed a lot. And then obviously now he's gone further. He was at Norwich. I think he's gone to another club now to be a league coach or something like that. But yeah, Jack was a good coach. He was a good coach. Just
before we get into Colchester, someone that I want to ask you about, he's a good mate of mine. Talk to me about Harrison Dudziak. What is he like?
Oh, Duds.
Yeah.
Do you know Duds?
Yeah, I do know Duds, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sweet guy. He's a nice guy. I love Duds. It's just one of those players that you just can't like dislike. There's players that you can dislike, they're stubborn or stuff. Yeah. He was just good. He was good, but like he knew he's good. He's humble about everything. Nice guy, nice kid. Yeah, Duds, yeah, was a good kid. Good kid. Yeah, great kid.
Duds, don't listen to him. You're a top man. You're not kid. You're a top man.
Yeah, top man. Duds, I like that. I like him.
You can't help but like Duds.
Yeah.
So obviously you get released at Arsenal. We obviously spoke about QPR, Southampton. You're a little bit more used to rejection now. Did you feel it coming?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you almost have that acceptance already?
Yeah, I had that acceptance. When I got released from Arsenal, Per Mertesacker took me and my dad into a meeting. I think the way they structured it was a bit weird as well, because the players that got released, they called them in for a meeting first, like probably a week or two before the other players. So they called us into a meeting and told us that we got released. So when Per brought us in, me and my dad, to the meeting, he was just, like I said, at Southampton as well, just straight to the point. He said, unfortunately, we're not going to give you a new contract. At that point, I'd already accepted it.
Yeah.
My dad, he obviously knew what was going on. He knew I was going to get released. So he wasn't upset about the fact that I got released, but he was upset that I wasn't given an opportunity.
To show what you could do.
Exactly. So obviously being a scholar is kind of the professional stage of your career, but obviously I'm not a pro, so I need that exposure to playing minutes and stuff. So my dad kind of felt like
You've been hard done by.
I've been a little bit hard done by. So so my dad had something to say, obviously.
What did he say?
He didn't vomit nothing like that. He was just like, he thought that he could have, because you know when you get released, parents,
it's difficult.
Most of the time parents will try and look at the coach and say, oh, you're unfair, like it's a bullshit reason you got released. But it's understandable as to why I got released. That wasn't a problem for my dad. The problem for my dad was I wasn't getting the minutes that maybe I should have not deserved, but I should have gotten in terms of pushing me further on to develop as well. So that's the problem my dad had. And when he spoke to Per Mertesacker again, not too long ago, you know when QPR won the Premier League Cup not too long ago.
Against Brentford.
Yeah, against Brentford. And Per was there, I think, to present the trophy or something. And my dad said that he saw him and he spoke to him and he said that, and Per said to my dad that conversation that he had with my dad really stuck with him, because he's used to parents just getting angry at the fact that the players have been released and blah, 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 and just saying bad stuff and whatnot. But he said that the conversation really stuck with my dad and it really not affected him badly, but it's had a good effect on his career as an academy manager as well. So obviously that's positive taken from a good conversation we had. Obviously being released is not a good feeling, or it's not really a great conversation, but to say that conversation stuck.
It could have helped other people as well.
Exactly. So
that's always an important thing. So you get released by Arsenal, sort of expecting it. How does Colchester pop up? This guy's great at nicking moves. This guy's unreal.
Yeah, with our agent as well. Colchester came about, same as Southampton. When you get released, they look for clubs. I didn't have an agent at the time. I didn't end up signing with an agent that took me to Arsenal, so I didn't have an agent. So the club found the clubs that were interested in me. So the first one was Sheffield United. Actually, no, the first club that I went to was QPR again. I went to QPR. I went on trial. Like I said, I weren't fit. It was good. It wasn't as high quality as Arsenal. And the thing with QPR now was apparently the players didn't like playing against me, because I used to score against them a lot. So when I played, I forgot to mention the story as well. So while I was at Southampton, I played against QPR with the 16s or something like that. They used to do something called biobanding, where it's like it's not really your age, it's kind of like your height and weight and stuff. So they put that kind of team together. So I played against QPR's under 16s, and it was like kind of biobanding, so it was older and younger players. So I played against when I was 15, and we beat them like 12-1, and I scored a hat trick in the first 18 minutes, or something like that. So I scored 5 goals against them. So I think the reason I went really hard at that game was because I wanted to kind of like prove a point.
Did you celebrate?
Yeah, of course I celebrated.
Did you like give it a big and like yeah?
Nah, I think after the first 3 I didn't.
I said after the first 3.
After the first 3 I didn't. But but that was a really good game. But yeah, so I went to and I even played against Arsenal as well, like a friendly, I think pre-season friendly or something. I didn't start that game, but I came on. So I think even now, even at Colchester, I'll tell you a story after about Colchester as well against QPR. But I went on trial at QPR. I had this label, obviously so my dad was a kit man, and apparently the players love my dad. So my dad was a kit man, and obviously I have that label of coming from Arsenal and being Andrew's son. So
there's a lot expected of you.
yeah, there's a lot expected of me. So I thought I'd done all right at QPR, but I didn't make the cut again. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine. I was used to getting rejected. I was like, oh, okay, I'll move on to the next club. Next club was Sheffield United, which I really, really enjoyed. I think they were a Cat 2 club. I think they're still a Cat 2. I think they might be going Cat 1, but Cat 2 club. Went there, done really well. I thought I'd done really well. I scored I only played a trial game. So when you go to trials to get a pro, it's kind of probably like 5-6 days that you go on trial for, and that's it. It's not like a 6-week trial, so you have to impress in a short period of time. So yeah. So I thought I'd done really well with the training. The match, I thought I'd done well. The case was at Sheffield United, what they do, the way they play is they love runners. So all of their players can run. You can even if you look at their legs, all their legs got veins and that, and you can tell these men can run. And that wasn't my game, obviously. I wasn't match fit. I wasn't fit. I was fitter than I was before. I got fitter, but I wasn't as fit as these guys. Not to the level that they wanted. Yeah, exactly. So the case with Sheffield United was a strange one. So I done well. They said I done well and everything in the meeting. They said that they can't give me a definitive answer yet. They said that they couldn't offer me a contract yet, but they want me to come back in pre-season. So I took that as a positive. Obviously, that it means that they're interested. So it means that it's giving me an opportunity to go and impress. But the problem with that now was the week after, Arsenal already lined up the trial with Colchester. So they gave me that decision. They said, all right, we want you to come back in pre-season. If you come back really fit and you can run as much as our players can run, blah, 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 you'll probably have a good chance of signing. So I was like, okay, cool. And I had one player there called Sidney Peck, plays for Sheffield United now as well, first team. He was at Arsenal with me as well. He got released. I was surprised he got released as well. I think what he wanted was a pro or something like that. And they didn't give him, so he went to Sheffield United and he's playing first team now as well. But he was there, so I knew him. So that it was quite comfortable there. My best mate lives in Sheffield. So while I was on trial, I went to his house for iftar. So yeah, I liked it there. So I wanted to sign there. So then, so they gave me that decision. The week after, I went to Colchester on trial. After 5 days, they said to me, yeah, cool, we want to sign you on a 2-year contract. But with them, they said, I've got 2 weeks to accept the contract. So now I was torn between either having security for next season, I'm definitely on a pro, they've offered me a contract that's there, or wait till pre-season and not be guaranteed a contract. So it's basically a retrial. So I went with Colchester, obviously, which I don't think was the best decision. At the time, I didn't really want to go all around all around England going on trial. So I was kind of just wanted to just go on trial, probably like 3 or 4 clubs and be done with trialing. So I decided to take Colchester. They gave me promising stuff. They said to me, the player that I am and the pathway they have for me is good. They had two young strikers, Samson Tavide and Bradley. I don't even know how to say Eindhoven. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's gone on to Peterborough. Yeah. And Samson's probably their main player in the first team. So they said the pathway was good for me. So I decided to stay there. I decided to sign, which it was right. Yeah, that was kind of the experience of going from Arsenal to Colchester. So just talk to me now. Obviously, it's obviously going to be a massive, it's just you have to accept it, a massive obviously drop off from Arsenal going to Colchester. Yeah. But what was that like? Obviously now you're the one with massive experience at these top end clubs, Southampton, Arsenal, QPR, going to Colchester. How did you feel going in, and what was those years like at Coley? Going into Colchester, I had the mindset of, all right, cool, this is my opportunity now. Because the reason I decided to go to Colchester was because if I'd gone to a Sheffield United or something, if I wanted to get my first team experience, they'd probably send, if I was good enough, they'd probably send me to a lower league club like Colchester anyways. So I thought, all right, if that was the case, then I might as well sign a League 2 club anyways, and then try push through the academy to the first team, which may have been easier than just going on loan from like a championship club, because then obviously you have to break into the first team, train with them regular for them to want to send you out on loan. So then obviously if you're at Colchester, the first team are there, they're literally across the hedge. Like I said, they're literally, the first team managers are there, you're in and around it, so it'll be a lot easier for you to just start training with them and push towards the first team. So that's one of the main reasons I went there. Sorry, what was the question again? No, just what was it like at Colchester, obviously, and the difference between Colchester difference. Obviously, the first difference is the facilities. Obviously, the facility is completely different.
It's not Hale End anymore.
There's not even Hale. So at Arsenal, you have two. You have the Hale End, that's one for the academy.
Coney, yeah.
And you got Coney. The Coney one was crazy. The gym was massive. It was just completely different thing. Everything at Colchester was small. Kit man, my first season, didn't have a kit man for the first couple of weeks. We had to take our training kit home, wash it ourselves, bring it back next day. It was just like, obviously it's League Two, so it's not going to be the same. You wouldn't expect it to be. So the pitches were horrible. I think probably even now, the first team pitch at the stadium was
honking, innit?
honky. Yes.
So bad.
Have you been there before?
Yeah, played there.
Fucking,
Awful pitch. I think it's up there one of the worst. So dry.
Even when it's wet as well, it's
bad.
Yeah. The only time it's good is the beginning of the season, and I think we don't even use it then.
Yeah.
So the times we did use it, it's horrible pitch. Training pitches, it's probably about 1 or 2 that are good now, but the rest of them are rubbish. The gym was alright, but it's completely different to Arsenal. So yeah.
So obviously, because we have got to rattle through now, you go Colchester, it doesn't quite work out the way you want, and then you fall into non-league. Just talk to me about how that sort of meeting went and that part of it. What was that like?
Getting released from Colchester, I got released early, so that was a massive surprise. So quickly, what happened at Colchester was I was playing in my second year pro. I was playing a lot. I was doing well. I was scoring a couple of goals. I wasn't scoring as much as I should have been, but I was probably scoring a lot. No, not I wouldn't say a lot, but I was scoring more than my opposing striker. So we had probably about 3 strikers. One was on loan, so he wasn't playing with the 21s anyways. And the other striker, who I'd say at the time was behind me, he wasn't scoring. So I was the main striker at the time. So that's probably like the first time in probably about 3 or 4 years that I was playing regularly. And then one game against Dagenham and Redbridge, he played the 21s played against their first team at Essex Senior Cup, and I didn't start that game. The other striker started that game. So since then, they just dropped me. So I weren't playing. I weren't really getting minutes. Probably come off the bench.
Didn't give you a reason.
Didn't give me just dropped me. I think what it was that the first team managers, they rated the other striker more than me. But I think that's because of the kind of player he was. Obviously, he's a League Two player. He's tall, athletic, can runs in behind and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of wanted to kind of like push him instead of me. So regardless of if I scored more than him, what they wanted in the player in terms of physique was essentially him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since then I got dropped, weren't really playing, and then I wanted to go on loan. They couldn't get me a loan. My dad tried to find me a loan at Step 4. The club, Colchester, didn't want me to go because they wanted the club to pay 100% of my wages, which they weren't willing to do. Obviously, I've never been played men's football before. It's difficult for a club to say, all right, cool, we'll pay your full wages with no men's experience. Exactly. Yeah. So they tried to send me to Step 5 club. Went there a couple times, went to watch some games. I was like, oh, quality is not great. But if I say no to the loan, the club are just going to say to me, oh, we tried to get your loan, but you said no, so you can't complain about not getting minutes. So I spoke to my dad. He's like, you might as well just go play for me, get some minutes. Because that's the most important thing for me, just get minutes. So went there, didn't end up playing the game. Went to train once. I was told I wasn't allowed to train because it hadn't gone through yet. Then I waited for like 2 weeks for the loan to be declined or something like that. The FA blocked my loan. I think it was because I was professional. I had a professional contract and it was Step 5. So I don't know if that was the case, but I think that's what it was. So they didn't allow me to go on loan. And then as soon as that happened, one day I went into training, got my kit on. They just pulled me from me and went upstairs. And then the coach was there. The academy manager was there. He's like, they just went straight to the point and said, I can't lie, Kaleel, the manager doesn't want you here for next season.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not on our plans for next season. Obviously, it made sense at the time. I could see, obviously, they didn't want me there because I wasn't playing for no particular reason. It wasn't like I was unfit or I wasn't performing.
You wasn't playing well.
Yeah, I was just got dropped because they were in favour of another striker, which is fair enough. So they had papers on the table and said, yeah, we'll give you this amount of money, we'll pay out the contract, because they couldn't get me a loan. They just couldn't get me a loan. So I think I'm thankful for that, because I'd rather that just leave early. So I left in January, leave early, get my money and go play football. So then that's when I got to Saffron Walden. So I went to train with some one-on-one sessions with some agent, and he said to me that to get some minutes in men's football and then hopefully get you abroad or get you a higher step. So I was like, okay, cool. So I thought I was going to a step 4 club, and then the day that I went there, so I went to the wrong stadium. I went to the wrong stadium. I went to the club that they said in the first place, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll be playing with them today. So I went to that stadium, called them, was like, no one was there. I was like, no, you're playing with Saffron Walden today. I was like, oh. So I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
I was like an hour away, and the match kicked off in like an hour and 20 minutes. So I had to zoom from one stadium all the way to the other.
Yeah.
So then I went there, played there. I played well that game. It was a good game. No, I didn't. I didn't score for the first 2 games, I don't think. It was a completely different game though. So like you probably know, like you've spoken to other players, the difference between academy football and men's football is different.
Worlds apart.
It's worlds apart. People wouldn't expect it. You think if you come from Arsenal or you come from Colchester as a professional, it's just gonna be easy. I can't say that it was hard in terms of the technical, but
much more.
It's it's more demanding in terms of they do things that you don't expect.
I think you'd probably rather, sorry to cut you off, but I think you'd actually probably rather it be more challenging technically, just because there's going to be less mistakes and you know what you're looking for in terms of for example, from midfielder, you know, like, oh, he's received it the wrong side of me, I can nip in there and get it off in there, or like he's on the same line as his other midfielder or something like that. Like, so you're looking for that, like, and I think with Luca and like Kai and stuff, you're looking for certain like markers. Yeah. When it's non-league, it's like the ball could be, you're like trying to track something and it's just like completely wrong. And it's just a completely different game. Just a completely different game. And it's like, how big was that sort of, I feel like I keep asking about transitions, but you move around a lot. How was that to wrap your head around the difference in men's football?
It took me probably a couple games, 2 or 3 games to get used to it properly. But what I wasn't used to was, our coach is obviously a League 2 club, so I was kind of used to being expected to hold up the ball against these big defenders. But that wasn't really my game. Coming from Arsenal, when I did play, is getting the ball to feet, setting it off, probably being more creative than getting the ball hoofed over to me, having to win flick-ons. Obviously, I'm only 5'9". I'm only 5'9". I can't jump too high. I can jump all right, but I can't jump too high over these 6'4" defenders. So that's probably what got me out of favour at Colchester. So I had to kind of get used to that, having to hold up the ball a lot more, protect the ball. Obviously, the pitch isn't great either, so having to judge bubbles and stuff. So
Jesus
I got used to it. But what worked for me at my club is that I'm quite quick, and the defenders in step 5 are not great.
They're struggling.
They're not great. So what I had to get used to is they get the ball. As soon as they get the ball, it's either they play into midfielders, because our midfielders are quite good. To be fair, they're quite good. When we have a good pitch, they can play. If it's a bubbly pitch, then it's not really, they can't really do too much because they're small. But when the midfielders or the fullbacks get the ball, just swing it in behind and I'm just chasing. So that's what got me my goals this season. Last season was literally just swinging the ball and that's why I got my success. So they asked me to stay for this season because they expect me to get a lot of goals. Hopefully I can fulfill that and then hopefully get a move.
So just, you touched on it just there, but talk to me about your plans for next season. What is it? Obviously looking to score goals, to move back into Football League. What's your goals 25?
Yeah, so now it's just mainly looking for the non-league route now. Obviously I was expected to, no, I can't say expected, but what the main vision is when you're at an academy is climb through the ranks, like so Ethan and Miles, climb through the ranks, go to the first team. But obviously for me and my journey now, I can see that that's obviously not going to be the case. So now I'm looking more just do well in non-league. I've seen a lot of players go from step 5 to step 2 to League 2. Exactly. Yeah. So it's not impossible. Exactly. It's not impossible.
He's not great. Early doors, I'm letting you know. It's been a pleasure, and we've just got 2 more questions.
Yeah.
This is from the last guest. So if you had to choose between, I can't remember what it was because I wasn't really listening, sort of question, but I'm going to say, if you had to choose between taking your missus on a date and coming to watch me play football, which one are you choosing?
Coming to watch you play football?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'll take my missus on a date. I like dates. I don't even like watching football, I'll be wrong. I like playing football. I like playing football, but I don't even like watching it. I don't even watch the Premier League, nothing like that. But my missus, I'll take my missus on a date. A nice date.
I appreciate the support there. And the last question is, what is your question for the next guest?
My question for next guest is, what is your dream club to play for?
Already had that one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit then, I don't know. That's another good question. I don't know. What's your favorite football boot?
That's a top. I like that.
Is that a good question?
Yeah, I like that. That's a top question. What's yours?
Hypervenoms.
It's between that and do you know those Scorpion GTs that came out?
Yeah.
Those.
I don't like GTs.
Do you not?
Nah. My favorite boots my favorite boots are either Hypervenom or the laceless Adidas ones. The ones that I wear, the ones that I've been wearing for like since Arsenal has always been the laceless ones, because they gave us free boots at Arsenal, so I'm just used to you wearing Adidas. But
that's top.
if I could get I missed out on getting them Hypervenoms.
Oh, what the ones that just dropped?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mate, they're a joke.
Yeah.
I missed those.
I need some Hypervenoms, bro. I don't even care what about Hypervenoms.
Do you remember back in school you had the purple ones, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a fake one though.
I had a gold ones.
Yeah.
Sports Direct's finest.
Yeah, exactly.
Those were top, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pair of boots! That's a flash. That's a banging pair of boots. I'm gonna stop before we go over time.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been a pleasure having you, Kaleel.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks for coming on the
Great
episode.
conversation.
Over and out. See you later.
See you later, guys.